making the box for the platform for your stairs for the mezzanine area.
You're actually working on my stairs? Is that why your tow truck's not in here that you're supposed to be working on?
Well,
because you're doing a project for me?
Yeah, I'm working on your stairs. I'm not, I don't want to unload the tow truck again. It's a holiday weekend. We don't know when we're going to get a call for a recovery like we did the other night. You know, in fact, the recovery that we did the other night, let's show you that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all buttoned down and pulling out. Hi there, welcome to BSF Recovery Team. That's right, we have another recovery to go on. This one's in our own backyard. It's down at Trollhagen, but it's not an event weekend. Somebody snuck into Trollhagen to go wheeling and got themselves stuck. Trollhagen is private property, and you don't have permission to be there. You don't belong there. So we'll go get him out, but we need to have it known that Trollhagen is private property, and it's only open to wheeling during off-road events, and basically the only one that the public can attend is Memorial Weekend. So we got seat cover with us, and we got Gemini with us. Abby is off fishing for the weekend with her boyfriend. Well, we got to put some fuel in the wrecker. Only got a quarter tank. We got to put some fuel in so we don't run out. All right, well, we're here, and we're going in. We'll see if we can find him. Like I say, there's nobody else out here. This is private property. We'll see if we can find him. Well, he's not here. I don't think he's been here. I don't know, are there fresh tracks over there?
Yeah. Yes, there is. Maybe, yep, there is. You know, there's tracks right there. Because it rained today, so.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hi there.
I think you're the ones I texted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah.
So,
You know this is private property.
the park here?
It's not a park.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. It's private property. It's only open to the public during Memorial Weekend.
That's it.
That's it.
So I found this off of OnX Off-Road, that app,
Yeah.
and it didn't say anything about private, so I just figured.
Okay, we got him out. He's gonna follow us, and we'll escort him out of here so he doesn't get lost. And apparently he found his way here through OnX, and OnX has this place mapped out, but it is private property. It's not open for public wheeling. So we have to talk to OnX and get them to set this on their private property map. So, how'd you like that recovery? That was just something we had to do in our own backyard. But I do have more footage from one of our cameramen of a little different type of recovery, something that we wouldn't necessarily do, but you might like it, so check this out.
That was Connor Martell. I'm Andy. Welcome to BSF After Dark.
The strap too girthy for you boys.
All right, BSF fans. You're here for a little BSF After Dark up here at the Ojibwe Forest Rally. We're here on the last stage and we're going to gather up after this and go do a pretty epic recovery. One of the competitors earlier happened to somersault his way down 20 feet into a ravine. He's okay, car's okay. Car actually runs, nothing leaking. Testament to what these things are, but we're going to go pull them out of the ditch with a bunch of Jeeps and a pickup truck and some winches and some ropes. So you're in for a treat. Speaking of treat, there we have Travis Pastrana about to launch. Let's take a look. Hi, I'm Andy with BSF Recovery. You may know me as the guy with his butt in the air fixing the wrecker, or guy sitting in the background trying to get some video, or a guy who's hooking chains up, or a guy riding with Eric to make sure that his shots are great.
Put the transfer case back into gear.
You've even seen a bunch of my handiwork on the YJ build and the off-road games, working with Gabe for the last 2 years. Today, I'm out in front of the camera. A group of other guys and I, we do what's called heavy sweep for the American Rally Association. We volunteer to take our Jeeps and our equipment out into the woods with the rally racers and make sure they get home okay. Last weekend, we were up at the Ojibwe Forest Rally near Bemidji, Minnesota. 3 days of rally. It was pretty awesome. What I want to do here today is give you guys a little taste of what that is. There are rallies that are happening nationally every year for regional competitors and national competitors. And whether it's somebody down the street from you or somebody from over the pond, they're coming over to race. As they're whipping through, God knows how fast, they will unfortunately sometimes miss a turn, hit a rock, or do certain things and careen off into the woods or otherwise become undrivable. That's where we come in. We make sure we get them back either on the stage, on a trailer, or back to service with as little additional damage as possible. Most of the time, when these guys off, they are looking to race either later that day or the following day. It's incredibly important that we get their race cars back with no additional damage that they can't fix so they can get back in for the race. It's pretty cool. I got into it about 3 years ago, and I just want to be able to show you guys some of this stuff today. It's a little off the beaten path from the regular content you're seeing on BSF, but that's why we call it BSF After Dark. Stage rally is a trip. These guys and gals come from all over to race against the clock. There are spectator spots at awesome corners and jumps, but as a volunteer I get to experience rally at its most raw, on stage, safely of course. Most of our day as sweep is waiting on stage for the competitors to pass, then hightailing it behind them with the medical team to make sure everyone is either off the stage the regular way, or those who have had an off are either recovered or safely tucked away before they run the stage again. When they do have an off, everyone is looking to get back on the road as soon as possible to be able to race in the second half of the day, or at least the following day. For those teams that have a serious off, we sweep come in after the stages are done for the day and make sure everyone gets back on the road home one way or another. Either way, quick wait, slow down, and be thoughtful. That's the day of a sweep. We hope for nothing else but a very uneventful and boring rally, but we're always prepared for when it's not. Hey, I gotta call out Matt at Matt's Off-Road Recovery for this one. This beauty is by Tyler and Eric Linner, our Chiefs of Controls for the Minnesota Rallies. Matt, I'd love to see you out here to see this car in person here in May, August, or December to help us sweeps out. One of the things that we sweeps always know is that we're the last ones off the stages, always. It's our job to make sure everyone is clear, safe, and back on their way to service. Or it's our responsibility to make sure they get that way. There was only a 30-minute running delay on Friday due to some accidents earlier in the day, but the last stage finished right after dusk. Carlton here passed me a safety sweep and we finished sweeping the stage, and then we were headed to the big recovery. Ojibwe runs in between reservations, state forests, and a few travel roads, but there is really no good way from here to there in most cases. Running the forest roads at night is a trip. Arriving on scene, the team had already cleared a bunch of brush from down below where the car was. They got the car turned the right way and pointing up toward the road and attached a strap.
Oh, thank God you're here.
We set off assessing the scene. We wanted to get a Jeep directly out in the woods on the far side here, but we do too much damage to trees to wiggle one in there. So we decided on just hooking up and giving a small tug to see what the car was going to do. I knew our vehicles were heavier than the rally car, but we were also pulling up a hill. So Carlton was positioning behind to anchor me, and we put a recovery ring in play to pass my winch line through their strap back to my bumper. Naturally, I had to throw this one-liner out there too.
Well, we seem to have found the problem here. Hey guys, you can't park that here. We made it. We're trying to get out.
This first pull, we just wanted to see what the car would do. We had a severe grade, as you can see the car is down. The 360 camera doesn't give it exact justice here, but there's also a big culvert immediately on the driver's side of the vehicle we didn't want to damage, and there's thick woods on the far side of the road. It would have been great and easy just to back into the woods on the far side of the road and do a direct pull with the Jeep with the recovery ring, but we were forced to start offset like this.
Got another 3 feet.
Rally recovery is tricky. Our number one rule, apart from safety, is to do no more harm to the vehicle. This means that we have to work with the drivers to make sure they're included in decision making and are comfortable enough with the process. For this car, the team had a strap and had welded recovery points under the nose they had already attached a static strap to, but it had metal ends. Metal ends make my teeth itch. My instructions to the crowd were, there's metal, if it goes, it'll go through you if you're too close, stay back. This is exactly why one of the welded recovery points lets go.
Well, it didn't roll back. That's the start. Well.
All right, re-rigged and still in the let's see what this car is going to do on the line mode. Carlton there had a static strap to my bumper and was doing the majority of the pulling as I was backwards, and I wanted to keep the strain off the weak side of my differential gears.
I mean, we had what we were given.
So here we pull back and nope, coming too close to the culvert. Time for some better high school physics to kick in. It's about 10:30 at this point. It's been a long day. Everyone wants to help, but this is one of those most dangerous points when everyone wants to help out of the goodness of their hearts. I've done a lot of this. I'm no professional, but I started getting the, well, it would just be easy if we, from about 5 people all at once. I don't get real barky easy, but part of this process, just like spotting, is that for safety, there's just one person in charge. I love hearing input, but not all at once.
Is it going to stay in place if we let slack off? Off mine? No, it's going to slide.
So fast forwarding a little bit, now it gets interesting. There is no way we're pulling this completely offset. We put the recovery ring off in a tree strap about 15 feet back in the woods, as you can see there on the strongest tree we could find. I kept the static strap in place in the event the winch line pops. Remember, our number one rule, other than safety, is to do no harm to the vehicle. I've got the winch line on a soft shackle through the wheel of the vehicle because the welded toe points couldn't be trusted at this point. Between the two lines, I'm pulling with the winch straight up the hill and then tugging on the front of the car sideways so it doesn't end up perpendicular in the road when it comes up. All right, here we go. Final pull. Carlton is putting firm pressure on my rear recovery point and is ready to pull forward as the car crests the hill so we can keep it pointed down the road. A few pulses of the winch, a small gentle back roll here and there, and here we go.
Wrapped up.
One last little tug before we're complete, right in the car on the road, so the crew can get to work replacing the wheel on the rear driver's side to get back on the trail. So on behalf of Eric, Mara, Abby, and the entire team here, thanks for watching BSF Recovery Team. Keep wheeling, be safe out there, and maybe we'll see you in the woods.
So that was a little different recovery from the American Rally Association. Kind of neat. I hope you liked it.
Is my box?
Yeah, we have to do a little grinding, a little touch up, and I have to drill mounting holes in two sides, and I think I will do that before we weld it into a box. But then yes, it will get welded into a box for your stairs.
Where's the floor?
Oh, the floor? That's over here. So this is what we're going to use for the floor. We have to cut it down to size to fit into the box. But this is what we're going to use for the floor.
Okay. No offense, but I think I'm gonna have Abby weld my box if you don't mind.
Well, she can see a little better than I can.
Yeah,
And she needs the practice. Yep.
But I want to probably use my plasma cutter if I could to cut this. Could I?
Yes, we will use our plasma cutter.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching BSF Recovery Team. Keep wheeling, stay safe out there, and maybe we'll see you in the woods.